Hello everyone. I'm AcYou Ava here at AcYou Health, and my husband and I wanted to start this podcast to kind of go along with our practice. We are deeply passionate about helping people, and there are simple, everyday things that we could all do just to be more geared towards a healthier lifestyle. Not completely 360 your life, but just little changes here and there that could really make a huge difference in how you feel on the daily basis. So that's why we're doing this podcast, to try and get some of this information out there and for free to you guys. And we hope you find it helpful. So what we practice here is Chinese medicine. If you need help with weight loss, hormone balance, fatigue, reducing the side effects of aging, and so much more, Chinese medicine can really be your ultimate biohack. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why. So when you think about the Asian cultures, they lead in some of these areas by a landslide. And now that's not just me being biased. A complete medical system developed over the course of 5,000 plus years is going to hone a few of these techniques and really perfect some of them and base it on the individual. So let's go more into that. With all of the new trendy biohacking techniques and tricks out there, it's hard to navigate as an individual which ones might be best for you. And while this information might seem new, it's not actually new. It's just kind of repackaged or re-researched. And we're always coming up with new technology to research these areas. So that's why we're always getting new information. Now, natural medicine has had the answers nearly since the beginning of time, and it's just choosing the right ones that work with your body. And when you find the key to your specific biology, it will drastically improve metabolic function in a way that you haven't experienced. It's just finding the right key for you. So Chinese medicine provides what I like to call bio-balance. So providing the balance, just like we were talking about previously, on a biological level, what your body needs as far as nutrition and movement, even space for yourself and reviewing your thoughts and things like that, just time for yourself. So if you're experiencing symptoms or dysfunction in your body, such as insomnia or fatigue, even some of the side effects associated with aging, pain, there are so many symptoms. They're common, but they're not normal. So these are things that you shouldn't be experiencing if your body was imbalanced. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, then no surprise there. There's an imbalance in your body, an imbalance in what we call yin and yang. You have to have the fundamental understanding that your body likes to be in balance. And if you're experiencing symptoms, then obviously your body is not in balance. So what can we do as a Chinese medicine doctor to help support you in rebalancing your body? So I have a lot of patients that come to me asking, what can Chinese medicine do for me? I don't really have any issues. And then we start talking about nutrition, and maybe they have a little bit of gas. That's a symptom that your body's out of balance. Or, maybe when they wake up every morning, they feel a little bit more tired than what they used to, or what they feel like they should. That's a symptom that your body's out of balance. So in this culture, we're raised in a modern medicine society. So we're used to looking at things from a general guideline. And if you don't fit into that guideline, you don't have a problem. Well, that's not necessarily true for us. If you even, if you have a hot flash, that's a symptom your body's out of balance, and you don't have to live that way. So what are some of the tools that Chinese medicine can provide to help keep you in balance? Well, first of all, our goal is to guide you in the process of staying healthy. So that doesn't mean once you're experiencing symptoms such as pain is a pretty common symptom that we see here, mostly as a last resort, but really it should be a first resort, because what we want to do is prevent you from feeling symptoms, discomfort, pain, anxiety, help you cope with stress better. So once you're in one of those conditions, we can certainly treat you to bring you back out of it. It just takes a little bit longer. But really our goal, what we want to do is keep you healthy. So getting colds and flus, ideally we should have the tools for you, or give you the tools to keep you from getting sick. So if you have chronic, cold, flu, if you are one of those that's always sick, there's definitely an imbalance in your body that we need to correct, and that is a sign that your body is screaming at you. We need to balance something in your body. A lot of times it's gut, but we could go more into that in another podcast. So for this one specifically, the tools that we have in Chinese medicine, everybody says, oh, acupuncture. I can't do acupuncture. I can't do needles. That is not the only tool that we have. There are some people that are just acupuncturists, and acupuncture works amazing for a lot of conditions and symptoms. But for a Chinese medicine doctor, and even the acupuncture has more than just needles for tools. So we're talking about something called moxa, which is far and near infrared heat therapy, which penetrates really deep to help circulation on a deeper level. It goes about 10 millimeters into the skin, so it can penetrate really deep. A lot of people will say, oh, like a heating pad. It's like a heating pad on steroids. But with that being said, it's not going to burn you or injure you. It just, the rays that it emits penetrate really deep into your body to get that circulation working on a micro level, which is fantastic for pain or even boosting organ function. It can even help with immune system and gut health and skin care. So much that Chinese medicine can do. It really is a complete medical system. So with these tools, we just want to guide you in providing the information and the tools that are right for you, so that you can feel better overall. So another one of the tools that we have is cupping. Cupping is, you're placing a cup on the body with a suction, and a lot of people are like, what does that do? So if you do slide cupping, it is literally picking up the different layers of tissues and separating them. So it's working on the fascia. And separating those layers can drastically improve circulation to that area, which is amazing. If we leave it to cause a bruise, it does cause bruising sometimes. When you have a rush of blood to the area to heal the bruise, it's also going to heal, the tissues that are sitting just beneath the layers of that bruise. So you're getting healing on a much deeper level. Every tool we have is going to be healing on a deeper level and from a more holistic perspective. So another one of the tools we use that has a similar effect to cupping is gua sha, and you're taking a tool and kind of scraping the skin. So it's also called scraping for some of the modern medicine practitioners that do it, but we call it gua sha, which is raising the blood, and that helps to bring circulation to the area. It can release inflammation. So we use it a lot for pain, muscle aches, arthritic conditions, but the spectrum of what it does, what all of these things do, is a lot broader than what I'm going over right now. So we also have acupressure, or, you know, if you're applying it to one of the microsystems, it could be reflexology. So reflexology is a system that was developed, you know, and it utilizes acupressure techniques to stimulate organ function. So to simplify the Chinese medical system a little bit, I kind of narrowed it down into 3 categories. So the first one is going to be nutrition and herbs. The second category is movement and manipulation. And the third category is going to be acupuncture and the adjunct therapies that go along with it. So as I said, Chinese medicine is a complete medical system. And so to go over briefly, we do nutrition, and we do nutrition based off of the standard American diet. We do learn those things throughout our college career. And we also go through nutrition from a Chinese medicine perspective. So a yin yang, hot, cold, you know, alkaline, acidic. So those are some of the things that we go over from a nutritional point of view. And then when we're doing a medical history and collecting data and coming up with a diagnosis based off of your Chinese medicine presentation, then we can also prescribe herbs that fit your constitution and some of the symptoms that you're experiencing. Now, some people will say, I use this formula for menopause, and that's great. Maybe that formula was great for them for menopausal symptoms, but it might not necessarily be right for you. So really, the things that we do are highly specific and individualized because you are not your friend. You guys might be similar and have a lot of similar interests, but biologically speaking, you are not exactly the same. So the diagnosis and prescription that would work for her might not necessarily work for you. So really, you do need to see a practitioner to be prescribed the correct formula when it comes to herbs. But used correctly, it can drastically improve metabolic function. Which goes deeper than that, but just to keep it simple, it just improves overall function. So now, movement and manipulation, we are not meant to be still. So there are a lot of folks that are sitting for work and for hours on end, and that is just not good for you. There are so many studies out there how sitting or inactivity drastically increases the mortality rate. So if you want specific studies on that, feel free to message me and I will send them on over to you. But if you want to biohack and increase your lifespan, then you've got to get up and get moving. And getting up and moving is also going to stimulate brain function and really encourage those connections between brain and body movement. So our brains, according to Jim Quick, are made to control body movement. So if we're not moving much, how much brain activity are we getting? How much new information can we take in? How many new connections are we going to be building? You know, probably not as many as if we were, you know, taking these 5-10 minute breaks in between, you know, working or sitting. So I can't stress enough how much movement is important. And when it comes to pain in Chinese medicine is stagnation. Things aren't moving. So if you get your body moving, chances are those things are going to start moving. I mean, obviously don't do activities that cause more pain to those areas, but if you want to be in less pain, you've got to move a little bit. And then manipulation I paired with movement because as a Chinese medicine practitioner, we do something called Tui Na, which, affecting the tissues in the right way can help manipulate or set a joint, which can drastically improve muscle health, muscle flexibility, and just overall circulation, well-being. Proper alignment helps with so many things. That's why, chiropractors can be great given the right circumstances, obviously. And then the acupuncture and adjunct therapies, we have a few tools such as gua sha, cupping, moxa, that we also use in acupressure. So acupuncture or Chinese medicine does not mean needles. We don't have to do needles. And then, as a bonus therapy, I guess a fourth therapy, not 3, we're doing 4 here. Really focusing on what's going on in your body. We're so busy with our lives these days that we just forget to pay attention. Like, oh, I have bloating and distension or pain in my stomach, but it's okay. It'll go away after a while. That's not okay. That's definitely something you want to address. You're going to be okay, but as a preventative healthcare practitioner, I want to encourage you to take the time and sit with your thoughts. You can call it meditation, or you can call it reflection, whatever, or prayer, whatever your thing is. Just take at least 10 minutes a day to sit and reflect on how you're feeling, how you're thinking, how you want to be thinking and feeling, because these things do play a huge role in how you're feeling and how your body is functioning. So that's also something, you can connect to the brain. So if you can feel it, then it can improve those connections that help, promote that pathway. So sitting and doing your self-reflection, we'll just call it reflection time, whatever you want to call it. But just taking inventory of how you're feeling and how you want to feel for the day, and what things you could do to be a better you today. So that being said, we will go more into detail in these sections in future podcasts. But to start, I think that's a good bit of information. And what I really want to hammer home is that I'm just a guide. I'm here to guide you and provide you the tools. If you need some relief from a symptom, I am here to do what I can to provide that relief, but my goal is to give you the tools to really be a healthier, happier you. I am just here to guide you. So I'm not doing all of the healing for you. A lot of this is work that you have to do yourself. So when you come to a practitioner, you really need to ask yourself what you're looking to get from this practitioner and what you're willing to invest. And it's investing in your health. So how much are you worth to you? So I want to thank you for showing up today for me and for yourself. And I look forward to working with all of you more in the future. Thanks, and have a great day.